Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. It's wonderful to see on a weekend you are joined. It is a first step to know that I'm sure you are in the right path of taking a good investment and making sure your all goals are getting achieved. So today is a very interesting topic because this is the question I keep getting on average. How much I should have investment so I can retire? Because today morning we had a what you call walking we have a group of a walking, we call a walking and talking group, so where we keep getting a sharing of ideas. So today we were having and our walking group starts from 35 years to I think so 78 years old. So we were talking about what you about the retirement planning, and most of them are business class. So they were just trying to say why retire, and that's a very valid question. I said no, no, no. I'm talking about financial aspects, not the other. So disclaimer for this thing was very true. Of course, I will talk about when we do a retirement planning that how you are planning to take care of time, how you're trying to take care of your health. But today's session is more on a financial aspect to how to make sure that you are getting a regular income, what is required as per your lifestyle, and you're doing what you like to do. So let me go ahead and have a questions, all of you, if you can put it across. Hands up or you write it in a chat. What do you mean by retirement in your own thoughts? Because everybody have a different. So today 1 hour walking for us was only talking about 5 people giving different thinking on what is their retirement. And today when I was talking and listening this before preparing myself, so I was going through the what you call Warren Buffett's video, which has come to our own, we call a company group, which talks about that he has a two people where he is telling about the ladies who has worked so well and all. They worked till 103 years. So he's saying, why not we also work? Why we want only at 40s or 50s? So that was a question, all debate about it. But my thought is at least about me and of course about Anil. To me, retirement is not retiring from the work or retiring from the, I can say, like sitting at home and watching TV and doing idle work. Retirement is for maybe quotes and quotes kind of it, regular corporate work where you created your own corpus, which is giving you regular income. So you don't have a pressure of, I have to do this job because I have to maintain my lifestyle, but you are doing what you love to do without having a constraint from the financial side. That is what is a retirement to me. That's what it retirement means to Anil. And this is the his one of the best article done it in 2007, that he wanted to retire at 30. Actually he wanted by 35, but he achieved at 35 years early. And how he was able to do so, and the same thing I sort of started myself at 35, and I believe that I am doing what I like to do. So I work only 4 hours and I spend time with the people, underprivileged people, reading, researching, and doing socialization. So indirectly, so I'm not saying that I'm doing nothing. I love to meet people. I love to see how much I can help in my time or money, whatever it is. So I'm doing what I like to do. So that is a definition of retirement I am possessing, and I believe what I'm going to tell about this. So, know Anil quite a lot. Of course, he's the CEO, founder of Right Horizons. Good, bad, ugly. He's my husband also, so I know him very well. And we both are the classmates also, so I know him before even he started Right Horizons. And that's what I'm trying to say. We means I know before this. So as he was very clear from degree, I remember that he wanted to start his own, and to start his own required lot of. But I remembered my parents, and his my parents are actually army. I'm from a army background person. My dad was in army, and dad, my mother-in-law is from the teacher. So there nothing is nobody is been a part of, I can say, business entrepreneur, or they're from a business class kind of it. So it's not easy when we both are doing quite well. And I remembered all of you must be knowing in Viprio Info and all, we used to get a good ESOPs kind of it. So how you define your retirement is very, very good. Sujata, if you have any questions, you just write it. I'll take it across. Or if you have particular things now, you can let me know in the chat. So how it happens? So there's the same process what he managed, how I manage, and we have as of today more than 22 customers who are been taking regular income for last 8 years or 9 years. They have given a corpus. We are managing quite well. So same thing. I'm assuming. Wanted to know from your side also how you can do it. So that's a so I'll give you another aspect today in the morning walk when we were talking from uncle who is little old. I said say he's 77 if I'm not wrong. So his point was that when he retired, of course, he had a rental income. They start staying with the kids. But when the difference of generation is nowadays when we are trying to do, we are not sure that we wanted our kids to or we wanted to stay with them. The reason is including us, I can tell you, because for us, we are keep going wherever the job is, or we have been traveling, we have been another place, and the parents are very comfortable where they are. So they may not like to join other than coming for a vacation or maybe a staying for 3 months and 5 months. So most of us, at least whoever in our customer list or our own thought is, when we are retired, so we should be making sure we are debt free, we have our own house, and we have independent. If I'm having a lifestyle as on today looking for 1 to 2 lakhs a month, I should have a corpus too, which will give me around 2 months, 2 lakhs a month. And of course, then rest is your own way how you wanted to spend time. So today I'm just giving you facts, figure, and how we have done it, how we have done for our customers. Same thing if you wanted to do a peace of mind, and of course, again I'm stressing it out here. The when we do financial planning, first we have to take care of your health because so many times I have seen. Today morning I was talking to another customer also, and he says that now I'm 63 and I used to trade from the before Harshad Mehta scam level and all the stuff, and now I don't have a time money energy to sit 9:30, neither I wanted to take so much of risk because I'm 60, 60 plus. So how I should give you the full lump sum and give me that money and I do what I like to do. So that is what is all about in this session, what I'm going to talk about. How you define, how you process, how you execute, and then you do what you love to do. So that's what is retirement is all about. Talking about retirement, sometimes I'm myself is not so comfortable. I remembered all of us used to have the EPF 12% and all. So I used to think at least people are able to save 12% of the money and 12% from the company, and at least our age people when they retire they are getting 3 crore 5 crore and all, and that is at least giving them a good lifestyle. But recently I have seen there is an option where you can take minimum 1800, or you can opt out also. So that saving is also been going across. So sometime of course maybe because of government is doing a subsidy, so they are trying to reduce how much people do. But yes, we should make sure that we are taking, because as a country we are not having that okay the country will be giving us a pension or we are going to do. Slowly other countries are also struggling, so we can't expect the government to do, we have to do ourselves. So most of the time, I'm going to run very fast on this. How much we know that 12% of the workforce are covered under various pensions. So pension plans are not so being used nowadays. But of course, if you have not done it, it's a good to take an NPS. I always says because it is giving you a tax benefit. I take more than a tax benefit also than our pension plans because pensions are taxable. Of course, nowadays there are good amount of it comes as a monthly income plans or the regular income plans. Very, very good. I am a big fan of those things because the another thing I always do, and that's the best part of RH always is RH is a right horizons. Whatever we refer to other, we normally do it in our personal portfolio first. We have never done anything, any fund or anything. It's gone good, bad, ugly, whatever, which is given to others but not having in us. So it's like that because there is no other scheme, I think so, which is giving you 6.8% or 6.5 plus percentage tax free returns for 35 years. So as a concept level, any wealth manager will look that your post tax, post inflation should be greater than zero and the longest time. So if you do research anywhere in ChatGPT, you will not find those. So those are the funds. If somebody have it, it's very good. Of course, we both have started working around 23, and from 23 we started working. That time there was no pension plans, which will start giving you at 45, 35. So we have made those corpus, and at 45 was the first thing, and last 5 years we just both closed 50 years last year. Last 5 years we started getting pension already. So we have to make sure that you define early in the when you start earning, and then you'll be very easy. So 7 out of 10 expect their children to support, which is nowadays it's changing, which is not true. So that's a if you get it, I always said it's a bonus, so you don't have to grip. But yes, at least when you're planning, always do the realistic or the worst planning, and because the rest comes, it is always bonus, and you feel happy about it. 18% of investor thinks the retirement is not right. That's a very, very valid point. I go a lot of corporate webinars. I go for the things of even inductions time. And if I ask anybody, even if they are in 20s or even sometime early 30s, this is retirement is so far, why we should look at. And they don't feel that is the best way to start thinking of a retirement. So I always says we should have a process. So it's not that it is a first priority maybe when you are young, but you should start that set aside some percentage of it and then do it, because we don't know the power of compounding. I can tell you, many of you may have it, seen it, felt it. When the power of compounding comes and you suddenly say, "Oh my God, the portfolio has grown so much." And if we don't have it, it is very, very difficult. And the customer recently I met, he was around 53 or 54, got the voluntary retirement, got a good corpus, not a bad thing. But he said to me, I didn't do investment much other than the what I have. So only good thing he has done it. He was doing a voluntary PF also. So he got a good corpus when he retired. But he told that why I didn't meet you before, so at least I must have grown the portfolio, because whenever I was doing, he says, I never realized that when I quit, inflation I have to consider. So sometimes it happens because we are very, very get cramped in my all work, and we don't have our financial become a back burner for us, and then we don't realize, and it will be too late. And the reason for these kind of webinar for us is always education awareness, because wherever you are doing, wherever you are thinking, but even one person is able to understand and start doing, it's a win for us, because that person has achieved all the goals and with a peace of mind. For me, it's not the money, it's not anything. Our right to rise and purpose is also always how to make sure that everybody achieving their financial goals. Because the happiness comes when somebody comes and tell us, okay, because of you, my kids are going abroad, or because of you, somebody, my daughter is getting married, because of you, I'm getting. So that makes us more happy than whatever number of crores you are handling or whatever revenue you're getting. That is a financial aspect, but emotion part is a very, very important, and that's what we should start looking, and that's what a purpose. If you see our goal of our tagline itself says that we are trying to guide you achieving the goals. 76% of working age people are comfortable retire. Only 33% are actually putting money aside. This is the another aspect. I keep telling people, when you are working, it's good, you can take risk, you are able to do, make sure that you are putting for a retirement fund also. And slowly we have to start seeing how we can work independently. We have been following West quite well, and now you must have seen it's another trend not linked to retirement, but I can tell you most of our customers, kids have been saying, Rachna, they are going abroad and they're settling there because they've gone for the studies, either graduate or masters. And now they started selling their real estate and the physical investment kind of it. And they're consolidating to financial because they may not come and stay. So most of the time, that's another trend I'm seeing, not related to retirement, but yes, we have to make sure to invest for our overall level. So I'll just put the video before I go ahead to know exactly what is retirement planning.
We plan and save for all our goals. But what about retirement? 92.6% of working population in India is not covered under any formal pension system. Earning age is reduced due to increasing focus on higher education and desire to retire early. Life expectancy is increasing and so as medical expenses. This makes the retirement planning the most crucial financial goal. Combination of SIP and SWP of mutual funds can help you to create your own retirement plan. Let's see how. If you start investing rupees 5,000 monthly at the age of 25 through an SIP in equity mutual fund, your retirement corpus would be rupees 1.54 crores. You can switch it to debt mutual fund and start an SWP. With expected return of 6% CAGR, your monthly withdrawal through SWP would be rupees 77,024. When you want to stop receiving it, you can also withdraw the entire corpus. Key to create your own pension-like monthly cash flow is to start early. If you delay your investment by even 1 year, your retirement corpus would be 1.36 crore and monthly withdrawal amount through SWP will reduce to rupees 68,486 monthly. To receive fixed monthly cash flow after retirement, start planning for your retirement with the help of SIP and SWP now. Mutual fund in
So, as it says that how you have to start early is the best way to make sure that we retire at age of 40 or a 50. So I started taking, of course, my and Anil's example. He retired at 30, he claims, and 35 is myself. Of course, he does because he loves it, but of course, I know him, he works more than 15 hours. But I works only around, I come at office near about 9:30, 10, and I leave by 4. I've been doing this for last 15 years, the time I have joined Right Horizons, and that was my purpose of retirement, that I want to spend time with my family and kids. I want to spend time in my reading because I love readings, and spend time with the people and social. So it is, we have to decide what it is. So 35 is maybe early because we started also quite early, and maybe our lifestyle is not so great, so I can say that okay, we wanted only 1.5 lakhs. Depending on your lifestyle, you can easily choose that you wanted 40 or 45, but always try to do this. Is the another things, a lot of debate keeps going that we are not going to have pension, and that's a fight I used to have. Of course, I've lost my parents, my dad 2 months back. He was an army person, and he when he means he retired, and then his pension was so high, and every year or every 7 time his pension keeps increasing with the DA. So I was telling, you are getting more money than what people are earning. Of course, we all are not so privileged to have those pensions or increasing as per inflation, also because of government schemes previously used to happen. So how to create our own type of pension scheme, that's very important. It can be through NPS or it can be through the regular income, but we have to take care of inflation. So make a corpus which takes inflation part of it. The part which I'm going to talk about retirement, we have to take care is pension gratuity is not sufficient for what we are doing. Our inflation is nobody has considered most of the time when they do it across. And our life, and we called a longevity, is going higher. So we would, there are two doctors in the walking group also, where we were trying to talk about, previously it was maybe nobody defined that what was a disease or something, people used to die very common. It was around 40, then it become 58, 60. Now as an Indian, average has become 68, but middle class and above it's becoming 85. At least we make a cash flow around 85. And more than that, scientifically they says you should look at your mother's side, all the family tree, where the oldest grandma on a natural death when they die, and that cash flow should be on that league. So you will surprise to know, which I'm going to show in the Excel also sometime, Even if I take a cash flow of till 85 or 95, I have only two customers who told me to take it till 100 because their uncle auntie is still 97 alive. But normally it is still 85 we do. So if I'm looking at 2 lakhs a month now, every 10 years you can think it is making a double. So it will become a 4 lakhs or 8 lakhs a month if you keep increasing the inflation part of it. So that planning is very important. It's not the 2 lakhs you require till your thing. The secondary thing is we are just talking about the inflation, okay? But when I go and check across, our lifestyle has become much, much bigger than inflation part of it. And it is, we don't realize that when we are working, how much we are spending. So I can give you a simple example is like a mobile. I take a very common mobile because I keep forgetting and losing. But a young person, I went to the my dentist, and my dentist was telling, that all these young dentist people are having a mobile of 1.5 to 2 lakhs, but they are not saving. Rachna, why don't you do it? So what I have seen is nowadays the lifestyle has become too much. The people are been eating enough food maybe 2 or 3 times in a week outside. They are being I still remember, at least when I do the normal my financial planning also, that we had got all the new dresses only on birthday or a festival, or we must have got it a good food what we like on our birthday. We never went out. So there was, I still believe that parents was a better financial planner than all of us, because they know what was a need and what is a want. Here in our lifestyle, we are not bothered about needs and want. It is like a, I can say, the pressure from the social media, the pressure from, I can say, a neighbor is coming much more. So, on a jokes apart, but one of the time my daughter and their friends has gone for the shopping, and I said, normally I don't do it, and even if I go, I know I want this in this range, this color, and I come back like that. My shopping is within a few minutes, wala shoppings. Then they took 3 or 4 hours, and I said, "What you all girls do?" He says, "No, no, actually, we will just go try it out, take few pictures, and then do." I said, "That is also too much." He says, "No, that's the way, Mama. Everybody does for the social media, and you don't need to buy. You can keep taking those pictures." So I was telling, this is a fake life. You should not do it. But that's the way people are been having a, forget a fake life, but they are buying, and the lifestyle inflation is going much, much more bigger. So we should be clear about it. What is the real thing you are looking for? And try to be on those lines, then making sure that okay, you are spending now, which will take it. So another person whom I met it, he said, Rashna, I wanted to have the vacation 15 lakhs a year, and I said, because of this, your retirement corpus is going to have a problem. He says, I don't know, because that time I may not be in a place to do the all the trekking and others. I'm okay if my retirement money doesn't come, but let me do it. So sometimes, even though maximum advisor or anybody, or I'm just saying, if you go to the doctor, they will say that you have to take this tablet, otherwise you may have an impact. But if you're not taking a tablet, it's your own health. So same thing, it's your own financial health which may impact, which you are not able to visualize it. So that visualizing work or awareness work I'm trying to do it this time is like how to make your retirement and what are the things you should look at with the old versus small. It was like a interest rates was very high, so even FDs was working very good. Now if you cannot think of, you we all are in a 30% bracket, and FDs are at 7.5. If I take the post tag, it may give me around 4.5 to 5. Now the lifespan is doing good, because thank God for small mercies where medical science is doing very good, and that's why I think so. Our lives are becoming longer, but maybe not as healthy, I can say, or we have been on the tablet so much. We used to have a joint families, so if not there, so somebody is able to help and coordinate and working very well. But now we are nuclear family. More than nuclear family is just a family of immediates. So not even parents sometimes stay with us, it's only us and kids. So it's very difficult to make sure that okay, somebody else will be doing. It was a simple living, not a lifestyle living. But I met very recently another customer, and that customer, not even customer, actually, he's a prospect to me. And that person came and he told me that, Rachna, I have purchased some car of 2 CR. And I was telling, what? 2 CR car, you have a place to drive here, because I know Bangalore traffic is very bad until unless you're going in long. He says yes and all this stuff. Then I said, okay, how I can help you? So my assumption is the person who is having a 2 CR car purchase will be having at least minimum 5 CR means crore here, a 5 crore of portfolio. Otherwise, why the hell somebody is going to buy? But he says, no, I live in today, I don't know. So my portfolio is very small, not even in a 1 crore. So I was just telling him, then it is impacting your overall. So he said, no, I have not seen tomorrow. So why I should bother it? So I am trying to say these things, even I keep learning. Everybody have a different philosophy of life. My belief is we nobody knows how long we live. But we should know if I live long, I should live happily. That is what my thought is. That's the way I work across, and that's where the way I always try to do for a customer. Nobody knows I am there tomorrow or not. If I am not there tomorrow, it should not make an impact for my family and immediate family. And if I live long, I should be able not to beg the money from others. So, what are the different supports journey we required? Of course, we required from family. Finance is the second, which I am trying to speak about it. Freedom from your all the worries and financial worries. How much you can take a risk. So till I you work, I say people you should take a risk, and after when you are not working, I have so many customers. I met somebody very recently, around 79 years old, and she has never done it other than FDs. And when she give it to me, the money, her thing is very clear. Rachna, I wanted only post tax higher than FDs. That's it. That's the thing, and you give me the monthly plan or monthly whatever payouts you want. So I wanted a very simpler, and it's a quite a big portfolio. Most of the people will have a multiple wealth managers. She says, I don't want multiple, I want 100% you, because I don't want to meet so many people and have it. Make sure that we are doing so. That only thing when I go for with her, of course she takes only hard copy reports, and she always tell me that I just wanted to see that it is above FDs or not when I post tax. So I'm just trying to say you should know what you are looking, how you can take care of a risk. Another person recently, again I'm talking about prospect, few of them, she says she's a doctor, very well known, have their hospital, and she says, Rachna, I wanted to have investments, but it should be better because I'm getting only 3.5% post tax, or as it's in SB account. So I should have the returns at least 15% without risk. And I was not able to stop my laugh. And she said, why you are laughing? Because I said that doesn't exist in this world. You are getting a 15% without a risk. So I'm saying, sometimes I told her that I don't want, first I wanted to explain you the concept of risk and return, and then you decide you wanted to invest or not. So the intention for me, or I'm saying for an advisor, is to just tell the concept, to tell and explain and aware and teach somebody, and they should be aware to take the decision more than what I say they should do. So those are the things which we should make sure, making a process, and this process is very simple. If I have followed, many customer of ours has followed, and they are able to do, so you also will be able to do. Make sure that your discipline and patience, I always believe it's not the money, and I can tell you I have met many people, it's not their money is making their corpus big. It is the people's discipline and long term thinking and patience makes it. Very, very important part of it. Have a simple and systematic. Market goes up and down. I keep saying you, retirement is not done, daughters and kids education is not done. Why worry? I don't think so. I have seen my portfolio for 20-25 years maybe. I was continuously doing whatever my investments are. And when my daughter last year was going to the higher studies, and that's the only time I took it, because I have invested for that as my FP. And that's what I did. And I was very surprised myself seeing that such a big amount. So you have to make sure your work is to do. And the rest work is to make sure that look long term is very, very important part of it. Asset allocation, very important to take care of a diversification, making sure that all eggs are not in one basket. If you can do yourself, it is good. If it does not, take some advisor and make sure you do that. Take care. Take care of inflation and your taxation. Make sure, like a that auntie was very surprised when I was explaining the only place where have the least tax is a capital gain on a long term is 10% as on today. Otherwise, most of the places you have it taxation added to the income. It can be interest, it can be dividend, it can be bonds, so whatever it is, GPO, FDs, everything is added to the income. So you have to see the measurement on a tax side. Longevity, please try to see how much you. So there are two ways which we do it in thing. Is one is like most of the customer for us, they have retired around 45 to 50 and they says Rachna, I will do a consulting. Okay. So next 3 to 5 years or 7 years, I'll do consulting, and my consulting I will anyway will get between 1 to 2 lakhs. So you don't do payout now for the next 5 years and you grow this amount and you do payout later. So you should know three things when you're doing, when you're creating a corpus, till when you're creating a corpus, then you're not taking a regular, I think so, job 9 to 5 or a very high pressure job. You will do maybe what you love to do, which you may get, may not get, and then you will say the payout phase. So I have been doing this quite a lot. Of course, this session is not about that. One is I am talking today is how to create a corpus when you can retire at 40 or 50. Next, normally I have done it in a retirement phase. When you created a corpus, how we pay across the cash flow. That is another thing. So when I'm doing the next, I will do that part of it. But I have already done previously. If you search in a YouTube, you will be able to find. That's another aspect of it. When you get a cash flow yourself, how you will be able to deploy and take it on a monthly basis. This is the data we got it from Fidelity Global Retirement Survey report, and what are the savings need to be covered and how much do I need to save for a retirement? Very important part which we keep telling about it. So recently, or I can say because my in-laws are with me and my parents, of course, they died last year, but I'm saying I have seen them. They were around 82, 75, which we didn't really thought of. It is coming up at least in Bangalore more when we both are working. We used to help to get an elder care. And nowadays, the elder care itself is coming around 25 to 30K. So I was trying to tell that maybe their expense is much lesser. But when we are doing a retirement planning, I start telling a people, sometime we have to start thinking of that also. So that is the another things which I have started learning because we give for our parents or in-laws and all this stuff. We realize it is nowhere less than 25 to 30K we give for the person who takes care of them, and maybe it's a full time or it is coming from morning 6 to evening 6 kind of it. So that's another things you should take care when you are planning to have a monthly expenditure, because that somehow I felt we missed it ourselves also. So God grace, I was telling people when you have a money, you are able to give 30K, but otherwise it's not so easy to have a 30K month on month giving apart from the regular retirement funds. Make sure that you take a risk after your payouts are different than what it is. So that's another part of it. Very important part. Please don't do this mistake. My dad did it. He had a very good health cover and he says, I've never claimed it, and he missed 1 year. And if you missed it, you're getting the another health cover is very, very difficult when you are little old. So of course for him he has a benefit of getting the military army card for a health, but we were not able to get him the another one. So that is another point not linked to this, but if your parents are there and your company is allowing to have it a group insurance for your parents with additional money, please start taking that because that takes from day one for the critical illness also. This is my all-time favorite. I have two favorite quotes. I never miss these two quotes because I believer of those. Successful investing take time, discipline, and patience. No matter how the talent and effort, something just take time. So you can't produce a baby in 1 month, getting 9 women pregnant. Very true. You have to start thinking about growing as a EUM or as a corpus for your retirement or anything. It's like a money tree. If you wanted to have a mango, you require the what you call small one seed. You have to give the manure, you have to give water. Then mango tree takes its own sweet times around 10 years and 15 years and then start giving you yearly the mangoes. The same thing here it is, you have to give a systematic investment or regular investment, giving a compounding effect and then start giving back to you. So someone is sitting in the shade today because someone else has planted the tree long time back. That is so true again. So these are the two things I always believe, that we have to do a regular longer term early and give a long term, and we call a power of compounding, which is like a eighth wonder of the world. So I'll have a small video on how we keep delaying things, and the delay and we call the opportunity lost cost is much much more than doing that.
Napoleon, a French emperor who conquered much of Europe in the early 19th century. One mistake that cost Napoleon Bonaparte in loss during the Battle of Waterloo was to delay the attack. The night before the battle, there was a rain, and his cavalry and infantry were tired. Napoleon was in dilemma whether to attack or to wait for one day. His delay in attacking made Persian army to reach the battleground to help Wellington of Waterloo to win the war against Napoleon. If Napoleon Bonaparte had marched and attacked earlier in the morning, the Persian army would not have reached there at the battleground on time, and he would have won. Similarly, delays in putting your money to work through investments can eventually end up costing you a lot. We often tend to delay investing with very nice excuses. But have you ever thought, how much would it cost you? Let's find out. By starting an SIP of Rs 5,000 at the age of 25 for retirement can help you to create the wealth of Rs 2.81 crore at the age of 55 when you retire. But if you delay in decision of starting an SIP by 6 months only, you would create the wealth of Rs 2.62 crore. Just 6 months delay in starting an SIP can cost you 19 lakh rupees loss. To save yourself from the cost of delay, start investing now. Mutual.
So these are the PGM retirement survey done in last year. So what are the different worries people have when they have a post retirement? So of course it is talking about inflation. They're taking care of the health part of it, very important. Slow in economy, it's another thing. Cost of living is also one of them. So of course, like these are the emotional sides, how you take care of the family future and how long you have saved the money. Critical illness and terminal illness is coming very, very high. Job security. So these are the things, but if you see that inflation is coming a very, inflation and health is coming a very big part of things. Most of the people do the retirement plans, and I always tell, whenever you are doing any of the debt side, make sure that it is post tax. You should look those kind of things, and these are the things normally people does it. So I always says, you should, it's a normal concept, 100 minus your age, you should do it. Otherwise you can do it other way, is that when we I try to do 100 minus age, people don't take care of your PF PPF. I mean, when you're taking as a concept, you should take care of your all the investments. I was talking today morning, of course a lot of them are business people, and they says, Rachna, I have everything in a real estate and it's not yielding. So your net worth is so many, how many crores, I can say 40, 50 or 100 crores, but it is not yielding also. So recently somebody came and she says, my I have taken another house which is around 4 crore, but I'm getting only 70,000 rupees rent. So it is not even giving you SB account returns. But even though appreciation is coming, but that you are not getting till you sell it across. So how to handle it? So you have to decide what kind of it you are doing, balance it out very clearly, that making sure that, okay, I am taking care of an appreciation till age of 85 when I am doing the all the plans. Type of advisor people normally take it across. So they said, I have most of the time insurance agent. I have a bank RM which takes care of it. Independent advisor is 29 online. So that is another things I just wanted to let you know. Of a person, normally when you take a term cover, I have one customer has come to me and they says, Rachna, I have taken online, but nobody is supporting. So I keep saying, at least health and term cover you take a people, because when you are buying, nobody is bothered. But when you are taking a claim, somebody should be there to help you out. That is the reason you have taken those. So try to do that part of it. Try to do homework. The best way is you have done enough Google, you have Chat GPT to take best decision than coming and a lot of people coming that somebody missold me. And I personally don't like those statement, because I always feel you had a Google, Chat GPT and other people to do it instead of somebody you blame for. So try to do that, then take anything. I always says to everybody, if you don't understand, learn it. If you don't do it, don't invest it. You do what you can understand. Otherwise, that complexity doesn't make sure it works. So I'll just take the Excel. Please let me know if you are able to see my Excel. You're able to see my Excel?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So I'm just trying to do, at least for me itself, if I have a requirement as of today, household income, because you are staying as a debt free, I'm assuming. If it is not, then you should take care. If in case you are doing an EMI after 60 also. So here in my case, I'm not having. So I am saying that if I need a 1 lakh a month, I'm taking inflation at 66%. My current age is 50 and I wanted to retire at 60. So my 1 lakh rupees is going to equivalent to 1.8 lakhs when I'm doing. So I wanted to tell you how the formula works. That formula is very easy. It's called a future value FV. What rate I have taken? The rate is inflation, which is 6%. And when I wanted to retire, I wanted to retire at 60. My current age is 50, so 10 years. My current value or current home expense is 1 lakh, which is called present value. So, what is the future value? So, future value is coming 1.8 lakhs. What that means to me is, when I am retiring, to me, I required 1.8 lakhs per month. Okay. So, if I am actually doing the expectation of my corpus will give me 8% when I'm retired. How much corpus I should have it when I'm retiring? Okay. So, as per this, I should have a corpus of 4.28, let us say 4.3 crores. If I have it, I will be able to get 1.8 lakhs inflation linked till my 85 years. Okay. So I want to actually explain this formula to you very clearly. And if you get this formula clear, I am sure you will be able to do yourself very clear. I will ask Sanjay. I'm sure Sanjay will send this Excel so you all can play around and do whatever you want. But there are many more sophisticated also formula. There's nothing great, but I'm trying to teach you here what is the formula says. So I have taken 1 point. Can you see my functional window?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay. So if you see the rate, I have written a 1.88 percentage divided by 12, which is my rate. So I will explain you why I have taken a 1.88. It is called a real rate of returns. Real rate of return is actually inflation linked. That's what I was trying to say. So I will tell you the formula for RRR. But in your just a normal mathematics, forget it, formula base. I am getting 8% return so from the corpus and giving 6% to inflation. So 2% is my delta returns you can think of. So which is formula wise it's coming 1.9%, but indirectly you can think in your mind 2%. What is my NPAR means what is the duration? I have taken here this 85 you can change any amount which is called a longevity. So I have taken a longevity till 85. Of course, my mom's side and everybody has never crossed 80. So my dad's side is crossed 85. So I have taken till 85. So most of the time you should see your mom's side hierarchy or whatever your family tree who has stayed the normal life the longest. That should be your longevity. but 85 is a good year, I can say. Minus, I wanted B11 is what? I wanted to retire at age of 60. So 85 minus 60 into 12 months, because I have taken a monthly how much money I need. So how much money I need? I have, as I showed you before, my 1 lakh of today is equivalent to 1.7 lakhs, which is 1.8 lakhs. I want that money equivalent, giving me inflation link every year. So that is why I got the corpus required is 4.28 crore. Okay. So what is called RRR? It's called real rate of returns. Okay. So what is real rate of return? It is called 8 minus 6, because I have taken 8% as expected returns. 6 is I have taken as inflation, and 1 plus inflation percentage is, that is why I got 1.88. So if you see here, because I know by heart 1.88, so that's why I have written here already 1.88% part of it. So here I have not done it, but you can write it here. If I have it required after 10 years 4.8 crore, and if I have as on today returns of lump sum money of 1.65 crore is equivalent to my 4.28. Why? Because I am still taking a present value, which we call a discounting. I am at discounting value at 10%, which is very reasonable. If I am giving across an equity, I should expect minimum 12% return in 10 years. So I will let, if I do it at 10, 12% also, I required only 1.37 crore. So if I have today 1.37 crore, I put it in equity, which will give me 12% returns. I will be getting 4.28 crore as a part of it. But in case I don't have 1.37, then I should do investments to monthly basis approximately 2 lakhs. So which is a very high. So let me give you some other scenario, which is a 35 years somebody wants. So if you see that, you will be wanted only 64,000 per month to make sure that you need a 10 crore. So that's what I'm trying to say. When you go earlier, your SIP value comes much, much more smaller. But if you see the 1 lakh of today's value who is 25 years old, the pension when he is going at 60 is becoming a 7.8. 7 lakh 68,000. So this is what you need to play around and make sure how much you require. But when you are doing this, how much 1 lakh is required? So you will surprised to know that's another thing I have noticed. When I go and do financial planning for my customers, they will say, "No, Rachna, I am just spending very rarely 50,000 on 1 lakh." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to do the part of your, we called as a taking note how much you spend on a house and credit cards, how you take care of vacations." So most of the people I have noticed, they do on a housing, but so many things we spend on yearly. Let us say birthdays, anniversaries, festivals, maybe there's some few vacations that they don't convert into monthly, and that become a very big amount. That also we need to take care, because we are not going to get additional money only for that. So the importance of asset allocation is to make sure when it is volatile, how to do it. Like we have our own PMS and our customers, we are been doing a profit booking because we are assuming the market is going to volatile. So put a profit booking, put it in a debt, and when the money is been market is low, you start doing those. Of course, those are active funds. But I'm trying to say, whenever you do, you make sure whenever it is in a debt side, it is giving in a long-term bonds, it is taking care of your gold, it is taking care from your real estate, it is taking care all the different part like NPS, PF, PPF and other things like that. So these things you have to make sure, very important part of this, but I will skip this part and I will go to the next. I have it low risk investment plans where people normally do for retirement, because I'm just getting little late. this presentation also in this video Sanjay will be sending across. Most of the time, these are the low risk investment where people do it when you after you are looking for the retirement or after retirement. So your bonds are very good, tax free bonds, perpetual bonds. Make sure it is above double A plus. Don't take it below double A minus. 7 bonds are also a good. I think so. Last week it was there. So if you have taken good, otherwise it keeps coming. You can take those. Mutual funds are the another part where you can take a debt with the long runs, which is very good part of it. Retirals, please don't forget. Like if somebody came to me, Rachna, that person is 65, what to do? And I said, first thing is please take care of all the senior citizen schemes. That is the best thing you can get it. And then if you still have a money, then you go to the next or I will help you out. So those are the good schemes. Try to do that part of it. It can be your MIS or the GPO or you have senior citizen LIC you have, your bank FDs you have. Make sure that you are able to do that. PF, PPF, EPF is there. Nowadays, of course, you can't go above 7.5, but yes, make sure if it is try to take 12%, it will give you a good retirement value. Insurance plans, guaranteed payout plans are very, very good. Of course, our FM finance minister has closed little bit last year that you can't take more than a 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs. It's becoming a taxable, but still it's okay to take a 5 lakhs. If you want, you can take it in a wife and your name, 5 lakhs, which is a very good plan. I love that plan because it's like a you pay for 10 years and 11th year is a silent and then you get back the same amount whatever is required. That's the best, which is I normally take it as an XIRR more than a plan part of it. And 6.8% tax free returns. You can think of it's like a 10% FD for 35, which is not possible across anywhere. It is giving across. What people normally do saving for retirement is PF, EPF, and PS bonds, pension plans, or regular guaranteed plans. Equity funds, normally people take 30% odd after when they retire, and debt funds, bank deposits, insurance policies, most of those are there. Make sure you have a good corpus, and that's the way you keep changing the asset allocation on the overall level. While choosing the funds, these things you should look. Post tax, very, very important because most of the time, one customer came very recently and said, Rachna, this guy has told me 45% returns and you tell always 12 to 14%. Actually, our PMS is giving so much, but I am very particular. I said the expectation setting should be correct. It's not last 3 or 5 years, it's equivalent to the next 3 years. And I'm trying to say, be clear, is it XIRR or CAGR or year on year returns or an absolute returns? Because so many funds become an absolute returns and somebody says 100%, 200%, and you realize it is for 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years. Try to have a risk with equity and fixed return. Equity, normally, you should have an expectation between large mid cap is maybe multi cap and mid cap should be around 12 to 14% returns. Why I'm saying 12 to 14 is when you do a research on a nifty benchmark, you do 10 years or 20 years rolling or 20 years like, normally or 10 years at least, you will find depending on the type of the market, if the market is low you will find between 12 to 12 and a half, and now market is little high, you will find 14.7 or 14 and a half approximately. So I says that depending on the market your average return should be 12 to 14. When it is mid and small, we'll go 16 to 18. So you should know very clearly when you combine both, looking more than 14% year on year is you are in a very, very high risk, which person is not telling. Fixed return, you should always see the government bond yield. There is nothing called no risk, it's always a risk. But yes, government bond yield because your insurance, the bank FD, your PF, PPF, everybody is going to bind the bonds. Who needs more the money? It's a government. So government bonds we have to do. You will surprised to know. Actually, the bond market is bigger than the our stock market. The so if government is only giving you 5.7, 5.8, nobody can give you more than that. So if it is little bit, they may give more because they may have a variation of 20%. That's what they say. So make sure your risk equity, your expectations is right because so many times I have my gut feel I go only with my conscious, and some customer I have not taken it, and when they lost the capital they came to me and they said, Rachna, next time I'll go blindly with you. So because it's not that being my product I will sell it, I always say that you should know the concept never goes wrong. And somebody cannot say that, okay, I'm giving 25%, and then you realize the capital is only not come only one time, it came few months only, the interest with the principal. So have a fund which is liquidity also should be there. I have so many experience, so many stories which I don't have a time now, where people have 100, 200 CR also, but they don't have a 20 lakhs. Please make sure your portfolio should be at least 50% liquidity in case of requirement. The liquidity means it is where we can, even with the exit load or with the market link, whatever it is, you are able to surrender and get the money. Very important part of it. Another people are been having an issue that they sold me and this is a regular investment then time, and they never told me. And of course, I when I take a lot of interviews, people says even I have sold, because if I have not done it, my job must have been gone. But by the time he realized it, I have already quit. So sometimes people are not sure that okay, it is good consent or not, but you are the person who's going to sign, you are the person who's going to tell. Please take one day extra, there's nothing wrong, don't do it in hurry, and make sure that you understand the investment and then do. Very important part of it. With here I take questions and I'll surrender my part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing valuable insights. I think we are already having questions in the Q&A section.
Yeah, I have two people raised hand, can you allow them?
Yeah, we have a Q&A section on the screen. Is it visible?
So I am going to take from Q&A, but somebody is raised, so I will take that directly also. Being a financial independent and being a good health is a retirement, I feel that's 100% true. The person whoever has written, as I told you, first part in a retirement is to make sure that you have a very good health. Health is wealth, there is nobody can define and deny it. But to even to promote, I'll give you one example. One of my customer had 30 lakhs of health cover. From November he diagnosis from the cancer, November till date, not even Feb end, I have redeemed apart from 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs also. Okay. So of course, those we don't know why it comes critical health and all. Of course, that's a different things, but health is very important part. First part is a very good health, take care. Then next is good health cover. Good thing happening is nowadays top ups are coming. Take a good health cover of even 1 crore, base cover of 10 lakhs. It will work very good. But to give your lifestyle, you need to have a good corpus. Very well said, and I have no second thought because person's name is not there. No question, ma'am. I have agreed with your definition retirement. Thank you, Sujata and Madhusudan. What about this new multi-asset allocation fund being launched in most AMC, almost all-time high equity allocation and setup? Very risky. So I am assuming most of the fund manager will take care. This question comes to us so common on market is all time high. What to do? When I speak with fund manager, coincidentally, Anil also a fund manager itself of Right Horizons, and our team we have five of them. So they always says they look at as a valuation. They don't see the what is all time high or not. The valuation of P's as of today is 22 and a half or 33, which is still in the range of investment, but they are expecting a market to have a correction. So they are sitting on the cash quite high in our PMS also. So I'm assuming other AMCs and fund manager must be doing the same, or every fund manager have a risk appetite or taking. So they must be also doing the same part of it. There is a journal saying that if we invest in equity, we can get 12%. Is it true for the past and the future? It is true for past because in my own portfolio or all my customers' portfolio, it is more than 14 and 15. Now, because I'm still saying you, depending on the market you look, but 12% in a cash flow, we always take 12. The market is more of data driven and you will have it. So even if I have also seen at least three or four fall, and it works very well. So Anil is saying that I want to create a corpus for my son who is 15 years old. The idea is that he drawn monthly income of 2 lakhs per month on the current year. Based on the current year, it will take 5.5 lakhs after 15 years. How much corpus? I'm sure Anil, you can speak with me, or you can. I'm sure Sanjay will give it across the Excel. You can do it yourself, but I'll be happy to help you out anytime. Neeraj Shah says, respected, I brief and regarding high pension scheme recently launched. Yes, of course, I always says NPS is good. We should take it across because the rest of it, it is. Before I forget, I want to tell everybody. One customer came back to me on a single pension plan, and Rachna, they are giving me 13% return. And sometimes I always tell when a person perceive and what we are is totally different. And then I asked, can you give me the illustration is giving 13 because no pension plan can give you more than 6%. I can bet you on that. So I said, okay, give me details. And you know what was that? Actually, it gave a 5.4% returns. But the way they explained it, you give 1 crore rupees now, and 10 years is a deferred premium. And 11th year onwards, you get it. I'm just giving example, let us say 13 lakhs. So 13% you're getting. But when you do XIRR, you have to take care when you have given the money and when you start getting a payout. And when you do XIRR, it is 5.4. So please, sometimes I'm not saying the person whoever has sold is wrong. He told, of course, on that 13th year, it is giving 13 lakhs and when you're giving 1 crore. He didn't give an XIRR, but he gave that in a simple interest on that year. So please be careful when you are taking these high pension schemes because I'm not saying that person is mis-selling or something, but it is like he's giving a fact, half fact. So please be careful when you are doing that. I keep seeing, reading, hearing different X times used to find fixing target corpus and it varies from 35 even 60s. What is X number? So it depends on your lifestyle, Madhusudan, but normally I take whatever is a corpus, 6% payout is the easiest way with the inflation linked. How much is the enough corpus for retirement? How you calculate? So, Ashok, I am sure with this Excel, what I am giving, you'll be able to corporate for that part. If I have time, I will do it immediately after this. I mean EPF during the process, yes, it's a very good EPF. Nobody can give you 8.1% returns. Tax free, you should realize it. It is a government is giving a subsidy because government bond itself is 5.7 odd and they are giving 8.1, and that's why they are trying to reduce the number of subscriber, number of AUM. So if you see 7.5, it is now taxable versus non-taxable. It is coming across. They have started giving 10% to the equity indirectly, and they are in the process. Approach has gone to EPF for increasing to 20%. But as on today, that is internal. Government is going to give. But in a US 401 and all, you should decide how much you can give it across in a pension funds also. I'm sure sooner or later that will come to us. Government will not take any more accountability on those. How could you share this Excel? Nagu, I am sure Sanjay will send it across this part of it. Do you see a price of real estate rising further due to future? Yes. Real estate sector is always lagging sector to the, I can say, equity market. And when we are seeing and we believe that in our future equity market will do good, so property prices also goes very good. Best way to manage a generation wealth to retire early? Yes, we are having a family office quite a lot where we are trying to manage second generation and third generation also, including us. Now our second generation is going to start. So it is that's what it is going to come. Dhruv, can you give an insurance of 1 crore term cover? I'm sure you can ask Sanjay. Sanjay will be able to help you out. Otherwise, our team will take care of it. What about guaranteed plan for retirement cash flow? 200%. If you don't have it, at least I will recommend if you can take it, please do it. I have done it in 2007, which is called MMIP, which is already giving me last 10 years. I have a Viva FIB, which was giving, and similar plans are available now from, I can say, ICICI Max, you have it in HDFC and other place. See, everybody have a different, I can say, variation. Somebody says you pay 8 years, you get after 10 years, or all those variations. Get the illustration, get it a XIRR. Indirectly, who is giving you the more monthly returns, please take those. because getting an XIRR of 6.5 tax free is anyway very good. If I get income from capital gain, should I pay the capital gain tax as well as, or I should have that? So that's the best part of it. Capital gain is compulsory. It's a least tax by itself. So you should pay the capital gain. I'm already 40 years old, female. I don't have any major investment as retirement plans. Working basic job with a monthly income of this savings around 10K INR is the best investment return. Yes, you can do a monthly investment of 10,000 also in these retirement plans. If it's possible, I normally say take it yearly premium because XIR are reduced when it is a monthly. But if your ease is to do monthly investment, you do it across. I still feel if you have yet to start with an SIP to get it a more money than retirement, and then you can take care of it. You can provide the guidance on mutual fund, how to connect and what is your fees. I'll be happy. I cannot see your name, so if you can write it, I'm sure Sanjay will give my name and email address, or if you write it a chat to him, he'll be able to take care of it. In my short term gain plus long term, the 20 lakhs, I pay 15% or 30. Short term gain in equity, it is 15%, and long term is 10%. If I am assuming you are talking about your bank interest and FDs and GPO and interest and dividend, that is added to the income. Yeah, Neeraj, your government pensions are always good, but pensions are taxable, so it's good to take it. Please go ahead and take it. Whenever you're taking pension, take an option of a joint life and the nominee, that is a better option. I am a Shubhra, I am an NRI. I am retiring within 5 days. Get a portfolio monthly 2 to 3 lakhs afterwards. I have zero exposure to equity. I feel you should do it until unless you have a very good corpus. You should be able to do that. And we assume the next 10 years is a Indian multi-bull run. So it's better when you are working, take an exposure and do it across. We do take care of a lot of NRIs as on today when I am doing this seminar here. Anil, who is a CEO and founder, is actually giving the same time the seminar in Dubai. We do have a Dubai office, which is licensed. We got it last year, and a lot of NRI does that, and they're taking care of on equity to good the appreciation before they start retiring, and they come back to India and they retire either ways. Hari, I have taken a Sanchay of 1 lakh 12 years. It's a good plan. It's very good plan. Please go ahead and continue. I do have the same. What percentage of salary to good to invest in VPF? VPF or PF, you have to just look sure that you are not crossing 7.5 per year, because 7.5 lakhs per year, EPF, PF, PPF plus your NPS gratuity cannot increase, otherwise it will become taxable. Otherwise, VPF you can do it. What is XIRR? XIRR is actually internal rate of return, but you can use a normally, I can say, a word of 7th standard, 10th standard. We have done it in mathematics, year on year returns, or CAGR, you can say. That's a compounding returns, how much we are getting.